Hi, my name is Jackie Wilson, and this is my culture presentation. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of my unique culture is my family. I am the oldest of three. My brother Ben is 2 years younger, and my half-sister Loretta is 11 years younger. My parents got divorced when I was 8 years old, and their divorce plus the division it created between the two sides of my family were really impactful in some negative, but mainly positive ways. I see my parents and their families as two opposite ends of a spectrum. My dad is a tie-dyeing, wearing, adventure-seeking, wacky goofball at all times, whereas my mom is a down-to-earth, sophisticated professional at all times. But put those two together and you have me, a down-to-earth, tie-dye wearing, adventure-seeking, but also sort of sophisticated professional? I don't know. We're still working on that. Beyond family, there is the place I will always call home, Rhode Island. Rhode Island is a place I most definitely took for granted growing up. You don't know what you've got till it's gone, right? Did anyone else grow up racing lobsters in the backyard that their dad had just dove for a mile from their house? No? Just me? All right. Anyway, something as small as being able to breathe in the fresh breeze off of the ocean every morning on my walk to the school bus is a memory that I now pine for. I am obsessed with the ocean and with New England in general. It's kind of embarrassing. We as an immediate family do not stand by a certain culture or take pride in a solid heritage. I have a lot of family from different countries and different parts of the US, but my parents and my brother and sister do not really use any of those heritages for ourselves. Basically, New England and its way of living is our heritage, and those traditions and memories that I have acquired from living there are the things that I really want to pass down to my kids. And with all this talk of family and New England, it can't be surprising that we kind of all love the same activities. Both sides of my family are avid skiers and sailors. I started skiing the moment I learned how to stand, let alone walk. Though traveling 4 hours somewhere might not seem like a lot to a Midwesterner, to a Rhode Islander, that's like leaving the country. And we would do that every weekend just to ski. And for the sailing, it's obviously faster to take a motorboat, so sailing is just a way of life. A hobby like sailing has helped me remember to stop and take in the scenery whenever I get the chance. Because what's the point of living if you're always rushing to the next place, right? Beyond skiing and sailing, I would say that there were many activities I did in high school that shaped who I am today. I was really nonstop in high school. I was nonstop in undergrad. I wanted to do anything and everything. And one of those activities was theater. I participated as an actor, as a singer, as a pit musician, because I played the flute. And sometimes I was a weird hybrid of all three. I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, and it was a really amazing school that provided a great education, but there was little opportunity for my fun, quirky side to show in my day-to-day routine. But when I joined theater, I could really be myself. I have some amazing memories from doing theater both at my high school and at our brother's school, and I will never forget them. So I'm adventurous, and I'm always looking for a nice scenic sail. Then why did I go to undergrad in a city? Easy. I wanted to challenge myself. Another big part of who I am is never settling and always competing with my past self. I knew that living in Boston would be something outside of my comfort zone, and that's why I did it. And thank goodness I did, because now I know that city life isn't half bad. In fact, I'm thinking it's something I'll keep trying at, as long as there is an ocean nearby, of course. Sorry, St. Louis. And you'd think that I would have continued acting in college, but again, I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and decided to try a cappella. I am so glad that I did, because my group, Terpsichore, were and still are my biggest supporters and best friends. We basically became a family throughout our time together. My life and who I am now wouldn't be the same without them. Boston University introduced me to some of my closest friends, brought me a new favorite pastime, a cappella, and led me to the amazing field of occupational therapy. BU also allowed me to do what I had been dreaming of since my Nona read me Madeline at the age of 5, travel Europe. I spent a semester in Madrid and not only got to explore all over the extraordinary continent of Europe, but I got to experience an amazing OT internship that helped me realize my passion for geriatric care. Living in Madrid with a host family was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I will never forget. It left me with so many positive memories, and one of which was a little counterintuitive. So Tyler, who is my fiance as of October, has been by my side since I sped away from Rhode Island to live in the big city. He has always encouraged me to jump at any opportunity, even if that means I am moving away. Madrid, for example, was one of those challenges to our relationship that ultimately made it stronger. I'm so glad that he is such an integral part of who I am and my unique journey, and that there is no mountain too high when we are working together. So really, when I think of my culture, I think of where I grew up and how I grew up, with a very different but also similar family where we both love the same activities but just show it in very different ways. I think that I was really given a lot of independence growing up and the opportunity to find who I wanted to be, but I've always been drawn back to the things that my family loves to do and the location that my family has always been in. And I am so excited to get to share this with the people in my group and with my identity class.